Hello again, everyone. Alan back again with a quick tutorial and a deck setup for the trick, the Dream of Aces. This is what I did the first time I did Dream of Aces. Never put it on YouTube, but this was before I got my Ghost Gaff deck. Basically, what you're going to need is you're going to need a regular deck that you're going to use, and you're going to need 3 cards from another deck. Actually, you're going to need 6 cards from another deck. The faces need to be the same. They need to be the same kind of faces. Don't use, like, I have a Bicycle Poker Peak deck, and don't mix like a regular deck's cards with it. You want the faces to be the same in both. And what you're going to do is you're going to make yourself 3 gaff cards. You're going to have 3 off cards on the front, 3 aces, not including the ace of spades, on the back. And you can get yourself an Elmer's glue stick, and you can put these cards together. Make sure you get the glue all the way to the edges when you put these cards together. Glue it together and get them stacked up. Once you get them glued together, get them stacked up, get some weight on them to give them a chance to set really good and dry. Put a few decks on it or books or something just to get some weight on these things to get them nice and dry. And then you have your 3 Dream of Aces gaff cards basically set up. Now what you're going to do is you're going to set these cards up in the deck in spots 10, 11, and 12 from the bottom. So you got 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, and 12 off card side face up like this. And those go on the bottom of your deck. Top of the deck has the 4 aces, ace of spades being on top. You want the ace of spades on the very top. So these 3 here do not matter what order you put them in. Just put the ace of spades on top because the presentation looks a little bit better. And then what you're going to do to start the trick, I usually do like a series of false cuts. You can do a false cut, and then you can flip the deck over, and you could do a cut like this where you just take 3 separate packets and put them down. It looks like they're obviously like they're cut. And then when you do the spread, when you lay it out like you would at the beginning of the trick, you take the top 2 cards in either your left or your right hand. They're going to be the 2 of the aces, the ace of spades and 1 of the other aces. And you're going to lift those up, and you're going to take a small chunk. I use my left hand for this part. Take a small chunk and peel it off and put it up here, and leaving this hand down here. And now you're going to pick up another small chunk here and half this one and split them this way. And now what you got is 2 aces, 2 aces, and that's where you'll flip them over. You'll put them like that. You'll put the ace of spades up on top, and then you could do like a twist, or you can start like this and bring them back or whatever, and then you have your 3 aces on top. Then you pull your 3 aces off like so. You set them on one side, and then you can take the ace of spades. You can set it on the other because, of course, the ace of spades is the leader. Now you move the 3 packs back on top of the deck. It doesn't matter what order. There's no order you have to do it. And then I usually move the ace of spades to the middle because that's the main ace. And then, of course, you have your 3 aces here. Now you're going to turn the deck over. You can either just, turn it over in your hand, or, you can try and be flashy and do a deck flip or whatever like that. And then, of course, you're going to show your 3 aces. And then you're going to take 3 cards from each. You lay out stacks of 3 cards. This is an ace assembly trick, of course. You have 1, 2, 3, and you set those down. 1, 2, 3, set those down. 1, 2, 3, set those down. And now you're to your gaff cards. Now you're to your trick cards. So what you're going to do is you're going to do the same move. Don't change your move at all. 2, 3. Except when you turn your hand over, release these 3 cards that are in between your middle finger and your index finger, and kind of pitch them out like that, and then just drag these back. So here's what it looks like at speed. You got these 3 aces, the regular aces in between your index and middle fingers, and you've done your and you've done those. Now you're to this one. You just basically 1, 2, 3. You see that? Your eye doesn't catch it. The natural movement of that move, your eye doesn't catch it. It actually thinks that you're laying 3 off cards down, when in actuality, of course, you're laying the aces down. Then you turn those over, and then you put an ace on top of each pile, which is, these are your gaff cards. Then you basically square them up like so, and put your ace on top of that, ace of spades. Now you got your 3 3 different piles, and now you want to do your Elmsley counts. And the first stack, I usually just put it down, I bury it into the pack, which would be 3rd card down, and then boom, you could do an Elmsley count with that, and then you turn them over, and of course the ace is gone. So you lay those down. Then you go to the next pack, and what I do with this one, I turn over all 3 like that and put the ace face up, and then I turn the top 2 down. And then I'll flip the deck over while keeping this top card, and I'll lay that top card down. Then I'll flip the rest of them over, and then this is the double back here. And then you can go like this and show both of those, and then you can pull this one out and turn it over, and you can see that the ace is gone. And on this one I do a little bit differently. This one here I kind of do the same move there, except I use a joker in this setup so that the joker comes out. And then I'll turn it over. I'll flip 2. What I'll do is I'll have the deck, I'll have them set up like this. I'll flip the whole thing over, and I'll grab 2 like I normally would, like this. And then I'll flip the whole thing over and then do my Elmsley count. And then when I do my Elmsley count, that brings a face-up card, in which case when I do the ghost version, that's usually like a joker. And what I'll do also on that, if the joker in the ghost deck, the one has an ace of club reveal, and I'll always use that joker that has the ace of club reveal underneath his foot, and I'll make sure that I have the ace of clubs on that stack, so it looks kind of cool, like the joker's stamped on the ace of clubs, because that's where the ace of clubs was. And then after you do that Elmsley and you pull that out, then you've got these 3 right here, and then of course the aces are gone. And then that's when you can boom, 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 and boom. There's your 4 aces. They have disappeared from here and moved to there. Another ace assembly trick. This is a little different from Picasso aces, whereas this one here you're using gapped cards, and Picasso aces is no gapped cards in that trick. So that is a quick deck assembly and quick tutorial of the trick Dream of Aces. Have a good time with that. It is a great trick. People love it. I love it. Gets great reaction. So that should get you going on that. Please rate this tutorial video. Subscribe to my other videos. Obviously you already are if you're watching this. So and please leave comments. Appreciate that. Everybody have a good day. Now for the performance.